So, cut back to 2017, and I was reviewing Thor Ragnarok, and I said that I enjoyed the movie, but I do wish we could get back to some of the more serious MCU movies. Move away from the light-hearted comedic movies we'd had at that point, and get back to some real serious drama. Here we are, 2018, Ant-Man and the Wasp comes along, and it's so nice to get back to light-hearted movies and move away from all that really serious drama we've had of late. Basically, I'm never happy, ever.
Put the bunny back in the box.
Starring, amongst others, Paul Rudd, Evangeline Lilly, Michael Pena, Michelle Pfeiffer, Walter Goggins, Hannah John Kamen, Lawrence Fishburne and Michael Douglas. Directed by Peyton Reed, off of a screenplay by 5 people, according to Wikipedia. 5 of them. Chris McKenna, Eric Summers, Paul Rudd, Andrew Barra, Gabriel Ferrari. This was like reading a cast list all over again. This is my review for Ant-Man and the Wasp. So Ant-Man and the Wasp has only just come out over here. Literally only just. Everything was delayed because of the World Cup. They had Incredibles 2 and a few other movies to fit in. So Ant-Man and the Wasp got pushed back, which was incredibly frustrating because there's some spoilers in this movie that I found out just by scrolling through Twitter. I guess I could have been off Twitter for a month, but I'm addicted to it. I hate my life. But it does suck a little bit that here in the UK we had to wait so long for an MCU movie, because with the MCU everything's really important, and there are moments in here that you want to be surprised about. So poor move, Disney. Poor move. So this movie is set after Civil War but before Infinity War. Scott Lang is under house arrest after helping Captain America, because that was frowned upon. Hank and Hope Pym, they're on the run because it was their technology that was used, so the police want them as well. They think they found a way to track down Janet. Janet's Hope's mother. They think she's still alive and stuck in the quantum realm, and they need Scott Lang's help to go in and get her. There's also a villain on the horizon named Ghost who's phasing in and out of reality, and she wants Janet for her own means in order to save her life, but that would kill Janet in the process. I'm going to start with the villain then, because Ghost for me is the best bit about the story for Ant-Man and the Wasp, because we've just come off of Infinity War, which had Thanos and is literally destroying reality, or destroying half of reality. It was a big plan. Here with Ghost, it's a very personal story. It's very small scale, very street level, this story. It's just the villain. You kind of called her a villain because she is the antagonist of the story, but she's not all that villainous. There are moments where it looks like she's going to go that way, but it always pulls her back. And it helps that it's very easy to understand why she's doing the things that she's doing. She just wants to survive. She just wants to live. So it isn't a black and white story. It's not a black and white villain. There's a lot of grey areas here, and I like that. As I say, the more personal scale of this worked for me. It was nice to come down into a bit of a smaller scale movie. And yeah, for me that really worked. This is, much like the first Ant-Man, a really fun film. The first Ant-Man was a movie that I can just put on, switch off to a degree, and just enjoy the ride. Ant-Man and the Wasp's no different. There's so many great moments in this, so many funny moments. And what I like the most about this is it all comes down to the characters. This is such a great cast that's put together for this film. Much like Guardians, that I think some of the weak points you can overlook because the cast is so strong. I feel that way about the Ant-Man franchise as well. Getting on to the cast, Paul Rudd is as brilliant as ever. He's so good at playing the everyman. Even when he's just doing little small things like learning to play the drums, he does it with such almost childlike enthusiasm that it's really easy to get on board with the character of Scott. The MVP for the movie, though, for me is Evangeline Lilly. This is more her movie than it is Ant-Man's. They probably should have called it The Wasp and Ant-Man, maybe. But it's personal. The story's personal to her a lot more than it is to Scott. It's her and Hank that are trying to find Janet. Scott's more along for the ride on this one. Like, he has his own arc as well. He has his own things going on, but the actual meat of the story belongs to the Pyms. And Evangeline Lilly is incredible in this. I've loved Evangeline Lilly since Lost. I think she's such a good actress. And here she shows that she could carry a movie on her own quite easily. As a quick side note, though, the Wasp, I know it's taken from the comics, but she's a bit of a stern character. She's a bit fierce sometimes. So it's understandable. She's got a lot going on, but wasps are just dicks. So, yeah, maybe that wasn't the best name for a superhero. Michael Pena, again, he was the highlight for me from the first movie, and I didn't get quite as much in this one as I wanted from him, but when he's on form, he's hysterical again. There's a whole sequence involving Truth Serum that's just played perfectly. Like, it doesn't go on for too long, it goes on for just the right amount of time, and yeah, I just wish we could get more from Luis. I didn't feel this was as good a movie for him as the first Ant-Man was, but he's a delight. Every time he's on screen, he's delightful. Michael Douglas, I expected him to take more of a backseat in this movie for some reason. I don't really know why I thought that, but he doesn't. If anything, he gets more to do in this one than he did in the first, and we actually get to see him get involved in some of the action in a way, which I wasn't expecting. Michael Douglas, as everybody knows, is a great actor, and he just looks like he's having fun here, which I really appreciated. Good to see Michelle Pfeiffer as well. Always love Michelle Pfeiffer. Some characters get a little bit lost in the mix a little bit. Randall Park's character, he plays the FBI agent that's keeping an eye on Scott Lang, and I don't know, there were moments where that character became a little bit too silly for my liking. He was very funny, he is, Randall Park always is funny, but there's just moments where I think the script could have reined in just how silly this guy was in a way. And Walter Goggins as well is now on his second movie this year where he plays a villain that's pretty crap. He doesn't add anything to the plot so much here. He's more just a side obstacle that they have to... It just kind of weaves in and out of the plot to a degree. This movie, if he was taken out of it, really wouldn't have changed a thing. So a bit of a waste of a character, and a waste of Walton Goggins as well, because, man, that guy's a great actor. And after seeing him in this and Tomb Raider, I kind of wish he was just getting better roles to show how good he actually is. But on the whole, I really enjoyed Ant-Man and the Wasp. It was worth the wait, and it's just a really good, fun movie. That's what I like about this, is just how funny and imaginative it is. The last one we had that great moment with Thomas the Tank Engine being giant. In this one, it's a Pez. I enjoy the thought that goes into the little moments in this one, and I really do hope we get a third Ant-Man, because it definitely deserves one. I'm going to give Ant-Man and the Wasp an 8 out of 10. Normally I'd say, have you seen Ant-Man and the Wasp? But most of the world has by now. But let me know what you thought about it in the comments anyway. Where would you place it in your Marvel rankings as well? Let me know. We're going to have a review as well for Teen Titans Go to the Movies, because yes, I went and watched that. Quite enjoyed it. More than I thought I would. That'll be on the way very soon. You can follow me on Twitter at JoeJulians. Hit like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more of them. And thank you very much for watching. See you on the next video.